Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. So, this part will be all about the explanation of those passes which I have exported. And the previous one, I explained everything that you should know about, like how those passes should be breakdown and how those passes, should be exported, something like that. And in this part, I'll be explaining all those passes one by one and the uses of those passes. Okay, so the next part I'll be explaining how you can build up from a basic passes, to the advanced look or the final look. Right, so let's jump in for this particular part. Okay, so you can see here I have three files. Okay, so let me just go for the project setup and let me just set that particular project to the you know uh, to the format that I have rendered here. Okay, so I'll be going for this 2048 and 850. Right, so this is the frame that I have rendered here. So basically, if you see, here is my beauty pass. Okay, so this is the render that I have done with 3ds max. And here you can see that, okay, only one passes that I have here, and that is inside exr. So exr have that capability to you know uh, store a different passes, different images into a single one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is like we're gonna extract each and every single thing that we have exported and that I have showed that particular thing in first part. So basically, I'll be explaining all those passes. So the first thing that you can see, one I have, this one is called beauty, and another one you can see this is called occlusion. So let's start with this particular pass to explain this particular thing. So let's say, what is occlusion? Occlusion is basically a shadow system, but it is very much different from the normal shadow passes, because it only grabs all the contact shadows that you can get, right? So if you think practically, so if you have two things and you are like getting it together, you can see there is a shadow or a darker area in between those objects, right? So you can see this here is, you can see a contact and there is a shadow. It naturally generates all the time, right? So you can see here as well each and every single piece of this uh, thing, because I have used displacement, so it's been physically displaced that particular image, and you are getting this particular contact shadows, right? And that is pretty much natural. So everywhere you can see only those contact shadows I am getting here, not a direct shadow, right? So that is occlusion, right? Ambient occlusion, we can say, or sometimes we say AO, right? The next thing I actually had was the volume. So I did some volume rendered as well. So volume, I really don't know if the volume can be done inside of passes, because I failed a lot of time, you to just export that particular thing. I really don't know. If anyone knows that, please comment down below and get that link. So I rendered this one separately using matte. So I put all the I put a matte material throughout the scene, and I rendered this one, right? So I got the volume only. So you can see that there is no alpha as well. Okay, so it really doesn't matter for me right now. So now the bigger one, right? So why bigger one? Because it has all the things that I need, right? Okay, so if you go here and click So basically, this is called channels. Everyone knows that. So if you go for that, you can see a lot of channels that I have here right now. Right, in general, we will have like none, RGB, RGBA, and alpha. But right now, I have a lot of things. So these are basically those passes which I have exported. Right. So if you wanna see individually all of these, so yeah, definitely you can go for, so like A for alpha, and in normal position, Z, a lot of things that you can actually go for. But this is not the way that we actually look for. How we look for is basically, this is like, if you wanna see a particular pass that you need to go for, so yeah, definitely you can choose any of these, right? But if you want to see that what are the passes that 3D guy has provided at that time, yeah, definitely it will be a time taking process. So what we'll be having is called a layer contact seed. So if you type here, there is two kind of contact seed, but in this case we will be use this layer contact seed, and just put it here and view this one. So you will be having all the things that you are having inside of this particular exr file. Right, let me just increase the if number, or you can just put the comma. Right, so you can see here, but there are a lot of names, but it's not being shown. So definitely you just need to check this particular show layer names, so every single thing will be named out. So this is RGBA, this is alpha, which is A, if you can see here. This is normal, this is position, Z, this is albedo. You really can't see here right now, but now you can see this is albedo. Main light, why main light? Remember that particular part that I have explained over, that is, I rendered out albedo inside of main light group, so that's why it's been named out main light. Okay, so nothing else. Fine. So next thing that I can go for is, oops, sorry. By the way, I'm using Nuke 15, and it's a great thing that we are having saturation slider over there. That's a good thing, because before that we used to do by the IP, right here. So whatever, we are having that here right now, right? So the next thing that we are getting is called crypto. As I told before, that crypto won't be there by default. Okay, I'll be explaining the crypto in a next separate video, not here. Okay. Next is, we have like direct ambient, direct, direct lights, like everything. So fill light, direct BG lights, a lot of things, whatever the passes I have explained, right? So those are the things here. Definitely you can see some of the things that I have rendered, but it's not been rendered out. And actually I did it knowingly, because I knew that those are not going to become, because emission is not there, so emission won't be there. Okay, and volume direct, and volume opacity, and volume albedo, you can see these are the things which is not there. So why I have done that, because to show you, like, do not add those particular elements which is not related to the scene. So it will be like increase the file size, obviously, but it will calculate every single things, every single data, but there will be nothing, right? So do not get those things here. So as I told, like, crypto is not there right now, right? So these are the thing which is available for me, right? But like, how we can get all those things separately, right? That is very simple thing, because we have shuffle, right? But I'm not going to build everything, I'm going to explain the passes right now. Okay, so let's go for a shuffle. I'll be going for a single shuffle, because I will shuffle it from here, or we can directly go for here as well, it doesn't matter, but let's say. Here I'll be going for this thing. So alpha, you know what is alpha? It's a cutout thing for the transparency and opaque one. Next one is called normal. So normal, there are certain normal passes that you can rendered out, which is like world position. You have object position or object space, so sort of things. Um, I think I did the world position one. So this is how it actually coming out with all the light direction light coming out. So this part I can get like all the blue lights coming out from this side, all the red light coming out from this side. Some of the part is having this particular you know some field lights is having some particular things like green. So this is how you can separate all the lighting directions actually. Okay, you actually can use the normal in a various way, but that's a separate thing, so I'm not going to explain all the things right now, but we'll use it later on. So this is what you can get with a normal pass. Yeah, one more thing I can show actually. So if you just go and check all these things off and you just go for alpha, so you can see it is only giving you this part, right? If you say, let's say green will be the alpha, so you see only those green parts are there. If you say n means the blue, so basically the blue parts is there. um Obviously it's too noisy because of the sample values, but it could be better, right? So this is how we can easily manipulate the thing with normals, but how we can manipulate, we'll get into that later on. So let's say I'll be going for normal, right? Let's go for position. So position is basically a pass which represent the 3D points. Basically it will scatter, you can get some scattered point with the position. Okay, which will represent the things, the points in exact 3D volume, right? So that is what you can do with the position data, but you need something else or else as well. So this is kind of a good to have. The next one is called Z. Everyone knows what Z does. So Z is basically giving you the you know it basically calculating the position of your 3D object from the camera lens. So basically the distance in between the camera and the object. So the nearest is getting black and the furthest is getting white. But we actually sometimes invert this one. Okay, so the nearest will be white and the furthest will be black, right? So we do in certain cases. Next is albedo main. So albedo, as I told before as well, this is only the color. You can't get any shadow. Uh, you can't get the normal shadow or the ambient. It really doesn't have any shadow here. It is only the color. Okay, whatever the depth you are getting here, it is only because of the colors, right? Okay, so that is the base. It's all base, right? So the next one is like crypto. I don't have right now, but if you want to use crypto, that you need to go for crypto mat plugin, right? And if you are using 15 or 14 or 13, so you will be getting the crypto by default inside of Nuke. The next one I'll be getting this thing. So like you can see it is very much organized. So like direct. So you have all the direct lights first, then you got emissions, then you got the indirect emission, ambient fill, then you have all the speculars, then you all the stripless, all the transmissions, something like that. So yeah, obviously you can go for, so direct ambient fill if you go for, so you will be getting this particular pass, which is um ambient fill light is emitting all the direct lights, like whatever light I have put it over there, which is called fill light. I'm getting that particular lights direct. Okay, so here it is. So it's not bounced, it's direct. Whatever the light is hitting directly on the object, so that particular thing I'm getting here. If you go back and say direct BG light fill 1. So this is what you are actually getting. So this is another light that I have got. So you can see each and every light that I have inside of the scene, that is been separated like this. Okay, so next one is called light fill 2. Here it is, this is what I have put it over. The next one I got is direct FG light, and here is the FG light, which is the front one, right? The next one I got is direct main light. Okay, so this is like a key light that I have here, which is you can see directly coming out, right? Next, what I have is direct main light back. So I had two lights for the key light. So here is another one. So I actually separated. So nothing to explain this particular passes, but I have separated each and every single lights. That is, my way to work, but I'm not saying that this is the only way to work, but this is how it will be very much organized, and it will be very much effective when you are doing comping overall, right? So the next one that you can see, which is emission. So obviously emission is not there, so no passes will be there. The next one is like indirect ambient fill. So you can see here one was ambient fill direct here, right? This one, and another one you're getting that is called indirect ambient fill, which is here like overall that you are getting overall emission for your scene, right? Which gives you a little bit of light for the object. So like you can see here, you see this is in normal, like here you can get a little bit of light, and you might not getting it, but there is a little bit of light going on as well, right? So this is what as a fill light coming in like overall. That is indirect, which is called bounce light, right? And then specular direct ambient. So each and every single light has a specular, and that's been separated, right? So you can see this is the specular from the backlight over there. This is the specular, which is the direct BG light fill, which is this one, and this is like direct speculars. Whatever specular is here is direct, right? So direct specular fill 2, which is this one. And if you go for like specular direct FG light, which is this one. So this is my way to work, which is like separated every single thing. So I'm not explaining everything like that. So specular, let me just go for it. So specular is basically you can say it's a fake reflection, right? It was a fake reflection before PVR PVR comes in, but right now what we can say is like it's the brightest spot or brightest light on the surface, that is specular. This is how you can explain a specular, right? So that is what you are getting here. And specular has a different sort of stylizations, like uh, if you are having a rough surface, it will be rough. If you are having a shiny one, you will be getting a pure pointy specular kind of stuff. So that depends on the surface. Then you have this main back. Okay, this is also a specular. And now the main light specular indirect that I have got here, which is the bounce of specular. So there are, you can see, here we can get all the speculars like that, right? And the next one is like triple S. Triple S like overall triple S. This is all the light and all everything. So this is overall spec triple S. But I have already breaked it out. So that's like triple S direct lights triple S, then ambient fill light triple S, then you have direct BG light. So triple S, I explained everything triple S in part one. So go and get it. And you can see here I have all the things over there. So transmission, I had transmission because these characters were having some sort of glossy look. So I had applied over there some glass materials. So transmission is basically your glass material pass, right? So that should be there. So this is what transmissions look like. Transmission direct, if you go for, there will be nothing because no direct light is hitting over there right now. Okay, because that was been separated, um and then the volumes and comes in like that. So I rendered that out here. So I hope everything you understand that I have shown here. If you have any queries, if you have anything, so please comment down below. I'll be explaining that particular thing as well. And if you want to have this particular file for practice, please let me know. Comment down below. I'll be providing the link as well. And next part, I'll be explaining how you can build all these passes and go for a final loop. So till then, bye bye, and see you in next part. Bye.